Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna draw a box and then I'm gonna try to tatter that box up and make it look like a broken up stone. And that's what we're gonna do for today. Now, I'm not the best at drawing boxes. If I wanted this to be perfect, I could have grabbed myself a ruler, and I probably should have. But you know, whatever, doesn't really matter too much. If it's the most perfect square in the world, as long as it is square enough for it to be a good square, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that's good enough to be a good square. It is definitely off and not the same angles everywhere, but it's good enough, so we're going to move on to, I would use a sharper pencil, but I'm also realizing I still do not have an eraser. So we're going to have to just do these details without erasing a single thing. And, well, just relying on remembering with the pen. Remembering what are details and what is not details. Alright, we'll add cracks there. We can just chop this whole part of the stone off right there, honestly. Fuck it, why not? We can add a crack here that I will make a lot bigger on this side and go right there, and there will be how would this look? I don't know, we can find out exactly where the lines and stuff would go when we make it that, but this is going to be a rounded corner probably. I can probably round all of these corners actually. Going to, I guess, do some more cracks, because, you know, you can always never go wrong with too many cracks. Make a little chip here, I guess. I guess we're losing another corner right there. That's fine. I didn't really want to lose all the corners, but you know what? We can make that also missing and round the corner things out just a bit because it is worn down, not cleanly broken. Now we send some cracks in through here. There, that's good enough, I guess. I don't really like those cracks, but whatever. They're fine for just like reference cracks that I will pen off of. And there's that. We'll round this corner out. And now onto the pen. How are we going to do stuff with the pen? Well, we're going to start with the solid edges that are going to be definite parts. And we'll go right here. And where exactly, how did we lose this corner? We kind of got it like that, and it goes down, so we'll still have a bit right there. Then we go right here into this, which I didn't do this, but I am going to make this a slightly wider crack and actually have it missing some, because I think that's a little bit more interesting. And we'll make these cracks a lot deeper. And we'll go ahead and go like this. That corner's still intact. That crack is just forming right there. This part is missing completely, with many cracks coming out of it. Which, there we go. We'll go ahead and go like that because, well, this whole corner is kind of rounded. Will we see any of this back part? I think we would see a little bit, so we'll just lightly draw it because I'm not entirely sure. That was a big whoopsie because this whole thing is shaved off, so that was a big whoopsie right there, that pen mark. But Yeah, we'll go ahead and get some of these cracks in here. I really like that crack right there. We'll go ahead and go like that. I do still want this in here. How this crack is. So we'll go ahead and go like that, and then we're going to shade darker our cracked areas or our hole areas. And then, I don't know, we can make some little parts that would go in these spaces. Just floating around off and about. Sort of just cracked off, you know. That looks wrong itself though, or by itself though, so we're gonna have to add some cracks in it. And maybe a little bit of full-on breakage, who knows. Nah, we'll keep the full-on breakage off. But yeah, that's those parts. So this part would actually have to be 3D. That's probably why it looks a little wrong. It's because this has to be 3D because of the angle that it's at. Which does present a couple issues, but we're just going to pretend like it doesn't. And boom, there's our shitty, tattered square that we could have thought out and done better. But I gotta make like 1 million of these videos, so bye.